Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be taking a look at this week at Bungie for January 23rd, 2020. Basically, going to be your news post about Destiny 2 in the past week, current week, and the next few weeks of Destiny 2. And of course, my versions of the TWAB are going to be the audible versions. Sit back, relax as I describe different parts, summarize different sections, and give you the information that you're going to want to know, while at the same time putting some cute, fluffy animals near the beginning of my video. And if you guys were not aware, I'm actually doing a giveaway right now as well for an Astro A40 headset, Blue microphone product, as well as a $20 gift code to Control Freaks. If you want to enter, make sure you enter soon. There should be about only 1 week left to enter, and these are monthly giveaways, so stick around for some more of that. In a nutshell, this week at Bungie, it does not really have a lot of information. This first section here is all about the puzzle and just saying, hey, we loved how you did the puzzle, and here's how we came up with it. Next after that is going to be some performance issues, frame rate issues they want to address, some future patch, and of course patch note preview V2 from the previous one we saw last Thursday, and then the known updates that will then continue into everything else. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. This first section, like I mentioned before, is about the Quarters of Time puzzle. Basically, they assigned the entire community to basically solve an extremely large and complex puzzle. And I mean, this thing went kind of crazy. You can see on screen is an example of the maze that people had to traverse, and each tiny little node had to be found from each player doing different runs in the Quarters of Time at different hours of the day, and just watching people do it on Twitter was absolutely just overwhelming. I did not participate, but basically this section says, hey, it was crazy. We wanted to design a really cool puzzle that awards the exotic fusion rifles. All the community could take place or take participation, and it was crazy. And apparently it was also based on the movie Cube, which is something that I actually mentioned in one of my live streams, that I definitely saw the similarities between Cube. Just like every single room you got to, there's a bunch of different exits, and you have to figure out which way to go based on like some type of assemblage. And if you haven't seen the movie Cube, it's very dark and very adult, but it's a crazy movie with a cool idea. Next up, we have a performance issue pass. Basically, they want to be updating certain things so they're not as slow and impacting to the frame rate. Now, there's a lot of different things, and I cannot really go over every single thing that they are going to be addressing. But things like, for example, different sections of the Pit of Heresy raid, some issues with the Garden of Salvation raid, Sanctified Mind encounter, some parts that are appearing and disappearing, some issues with Crucial Match loadings, space flights, and all that stuff. The biggest one that I've had an issue with is going to be the UI stuttering whenever you're trying to apply mods. I personally have seen a lot of UI stuttering when I'm actually at the Xur. Every time I do my Xur videos, you can see literally it's stuttering, and that's not even my doing. When I'm not in the Xur, it doesn't happen, and oftentimes in the inventory, that also seems to happen. Apparently, there's also some extra stuff on PC specifically because they probably just have a lot more things on their, on PC. Next up, the patch note preview V2. Last Thursday, we got a preview to update 271, which is just kind of trying to fix a couple of different things, not anything really that critical. And in this one, they wanted to go over the version 2 of it for the extra stuff they hadn't mentioned before. This includes things like Eris lore not dropping for the final lore Envy, an issue with the Green with Envy quest not progressing for some players, and may I also just mention, it says at one point streak, which means kill Guardians as a team, which is a weird way to say it. They don't even know about it. An issue with playing the odds not unlocking properly for certain players trying to go for the Dredgen title. And they're also going to be improving the Black Army rare bounty acquisition. So if you still needed those rare bounties from Ada, so you can get the title and the seal and the triumphs, they're going to be increasing the chances that you can get this, and a guaranteed chance after 5 days of completing 8-1 bounties in a row. Outside of that, they're going to be repairing and fixing a couple different things like the heavy-handed with Telesto bolts issue, the issue with the melee bonuses from Word God, Caress, Winter's Guile, and Synthoceps, and apparently that will all be coming up in update 271, which should be happening next Tuesday on January 28th. After that, we move on to the Dr. Bungie section, where we talk about more update notes and more known issues. Let's go ahead and get into it. First and foremost, a couple of updates. The Corridors of Time is limited. You have only until January 28th, which is next Tuesday reset, to complete everything for the Corridors of Time. If you wanted to get the 19 pieces of lore or the Savior of the Past emblem, you have to, as well as a heartfelt message from Saint 14, which I like that message, very nice. You have to do that before January 28th. For those of you who are looking to unlock Bastion, it is open right now. You have to go to Saint 14 after obviously completing a couple of different tasks, and then he will offer you the beginning of the Bastion quest. This quest is not very difficult. It's also very menial, and I don't like the quest, but the weapon itself, Bastion, is just absolutely incredible. It's basically like an automatic fusion rifle shotgun. So you charge it up, and then you shoot like 3 shots in a row that are all like shotgun spread, and it does a lot of damage. And a lot of people are having issues starting this quest, and that's because you have to complete these 3 things on that particular character in order to start the quest. On top of the patch note preview that they mentioned before, for update 271, they've decided to separate that into 2 parts, and here's the rest of the 271 they're going to be also fixing. Don't know why they separated them. Players who are going for the Leviathan's Breath exotic quest, the part with the arms dealer, apparently a lot of people are having issues with doing that if it's not Season 8, which it's not Season 8, but apparently I was able to do that, so I don't know what's going on. And of course, a bunch of issues with the Season 9 triumphs, apparently just having too high of a requirement, and they've reduced the amount of requirement for each one of these. Additionally, for that update rollout for 271, there's going to be a 15-minute downtime, as well as a bunch of other third-party app downtime as well. And then lastly, we have the current known issues. First of all, Ephrodite's Gift Triumph, which is all about Lord Saladin and 50 Iron Banner packages. Apparently there's an issue with that. When resetting the Infamy rank, progress gets reset for the Get Closer step in the Green with Envy quest. So don't reset your Infamy rank until you've actually gotten to that quest step. Apparently one of these Sundial Fractaline extractors unnecessarily is giving you more Fractaline from strikes that instead should be for Menagerie and Sundial. And finally, the Warlock's Arc Web no longer chains lightning to nearby enemies. I would like to disagree with that. In PvP, so many times I get hit by that grenade, and then it goes shocky, shocky, and then a second later it goes shocky, shocky, and then a second later it goes shocky, shocky, we'll die. I don't know if you've ever been hit by the arc web, arc grenades, but those things kill me every time. And that is pretty much it. Something that I did not know about is apparently these are not the only current known issues. If you follow this link right here, you're directed to this page where there's a lot more, I mean, a lot more known issues. If you wanted to brush up on exactly what is a known issue, or if you think there's an issue that they don't know about, you can submit it to one of their submission forums. I'm assuming it's going to be on this page, help forums, but there's a lot of things that they are working on right now. I didn't even realize this was only just a highlight of a couple of different items. But anyways, that's pretty much it. That's going to be the end of the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions, concerns, tips, tricks, or just wanted to say hello. Please do in the comments down below. But yeah, that's it. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name's Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.